I am AI Avatar of CA Ratan Mundra. India and the United States may be on track to sign a formal trade pact by mid-March, with an initial joint statement expected in the coming days. If this moves forward as indicated, it can quickly affect landed costs, pricing decisions, and order flows. For exporters to the US and importers of select US goods into India, this is not just a policy headline, it's a potential commercial turning point. According to the report, India and the US are likely to finalize a joint statement on the first tranche of a proposed trade agreement within days. A legally binding pact is then expected to follow by mid-March. The sequencing is important because some tariff actions, especially on the US side, may come earlier than the full legal agreement. The joint statement is primarily a political signal, setting direction and intent. The formal legal pact is where enforceable details typically appear. This staggered approach means businesses may see early market reactions before all legal and operational clarity is available. A joint statement can influence market sentiment, pricing discussions, and buyer expectations. However, it usually does not contain product-level details or enforceable commitments. Those details, such as coverage lists, timelines, and conditions, generally appear only in the formal, legally binding pact. The real business impact will depend on which HS codes are covered and how quickly tariff reductions apply. Rules of origin will determine who actually qualifies for benefits. Safeguard and review clauses can also limit or reverse benefits under certain conditions. If the US reduces tariffs on Indian goods, the immediate effect is lower landed cost in the US market. This improves price competitiveness against other sourcing countries. As a result, Indian suppliers may see higher order conversions and increased demand. Tariff-sensitive sectors like textiles and apparel can see sharp volume shifts even with modest duty cuts. Engineering goods, auto components, and gems and jewelry also benefit from improved margins and competitiveness. If electronics or consumer goods are included, sourcing diversification toward India could accelerate. Higher exports often mean better capacity utilization for export-oriented units. At the same time, working capital needs increase due to higher inventory and receivables. Logistics speed and reliability become key differentiators as volumes rise. On India's side, tariff reductions are expected later and only on select US goods. This suggests a balancing act between reducing input costs and protecting sensitive domestic industries. The scope is likely to be narrow rather than broad-based. If industrial inputs or machinery are included, Indian manufacturers benefit from lower costs and better productivity. If finished goods are covered, domestic producers may face pricing pressure. In some categories, consumer prices could soften, supporting inflation control.
Tariff benefits are only available if eligibility can be proven. Rules of origin, documentation quality, and audit readiness become critical. Companies that are not compliance-ready often fail to capture the intended benefits.
Exporters should map top products to correct HS codes and validate classification. They should prepare origin proof packs including BOMs and costing. Early alignment with US importers on documentation can prevent delays at clearance. Importers should identify US goods that may appear on the select list. Landed cost models and pricing assumptions should be updated in advance. Close tracking of notifications and effective dates will be essential. Export-oriented ecosystems like CES and EOUs may see higher volumes and faster throughput. Demand for compliance, customs, and advisory services is likely to rise. IFSCs may see increased activity in trade finance, FX hedging, and risk management. Headlines matter less than the final coverage lists. Timing mismatches between US and India actions can affect pricing strategies. Safeguard or snapback clauses can reverse benefits under specific conditions. Businesses should first quantify their exposure, products, markets, and tariff sensitivity. Second, compliance readiness should be treated as a priority, not an afterthought. Those who prepare before the legal text is notified will be best positioned to capture the upside. Moonsys and Management Consultants LLP, a trusted partner for CES and IFSC excellence, a pioneer in establishing CES and IFSC units within GIFT City and India, delivering end-to-end IFSC setup, operational support, and handling complaints, risk management, renowned for deep expertise in regulatory approvals, capital markets, fund management, insurance, finance company, foreign university BATF, and ancillary regulations. And fintech, expertise in customs clearance for aircraft and ship procurement, leasing, GST, DSPF, IFSCA comprehensive support covering registration, reporting, and regulatory transitions, ensuring ring fencing, transparency, and global compliance standards. Join our network, scan the QR codes below to stay connected with us.